throughout the night, there was also the top 10 Money in the Bank moment countdowns.
Yes, which, I thought was a fun little countdown, and ended with a slightly odd edit for the number one position, which was Seth Rollins cashing in, where apparently he pinned Brock Lesnar to win the title at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, who was Brock having a match against? It looked like Brock was just wrestling himself, and then Seth cashed in.
Yeah, very bizarre.
I think we'll see a lot of this, though. Not the Roman Reigns being awkwardly edited off the face of the product. More the top 10 countdowns. Very easy filler content to put around the ad breaks. I've done it on. Yeah. I've done it on loads of TV shows. It's like the easiest thing to do. So we got it last week with the Triple H stuff, and here it as well. On the Roman Reigns thing. I would like to chat about it a bit because, there's the backstage heat speculation, which I don't think anyone's actually reported, oh yeah, there's backstage heat. It's just, he's being removed off of all the stuff to a huge degree after pulling himself off of WrestleMania, which was a huge deal, obviously. I don't think there's ill will towards him. I think it's just WWE panicking and not wanting to even, if they address a little bit of why he isn't there, they have to address the whole Steve Corino situation. And it, really exposes them for running a dangerous product.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose in a way, I didn't really sort of consider it from that way, because I was chatting with a couple of the guys from the websites about this in our Discord channel. We're like speculating back and forth. And I was like, because they've kept his name off TV, and apparently the report was that Vince doesn't want his name mentioned. And I was like, well, you could just do stuff from his home, like, video calls from his home where you can talk about how he made the decision to isolate away from people. He wants to protect himself, lean into the recovering from leukemia, twice, being a real hero in that sense. And the fact that his wife is pregnant. And you can build that, some sort of character stuff around that and explain why he's not there. But I hadn't really considered it from what you just said then, which is by doing that, you have to use the words that they're not using. And they're not saying there is this pandemic going on and everyone is self-isolating away, because then you do essentially ask that question. It's like, well, why are you live then? Because it is like, I mean, I've talked about this on the Friday podcast, but the amounts of friends that have texted me saying like, oh my God, what are you doing for work at the moment? Because surely there's no wrestling on. And then I have to text back and be like, oh, no, there's still wrestling and it's live. And they're like, how does that even work? And you're like, well, the Florida government, and you kind of sort of text back and forth. But I don't think there are a lot of people that are sort of they're not aware of the fact that WWE and AEW wrestling is the only sport that is still running live shows when every other sport has shut down.
Yeah. It's bizarre. I had the exact same conversation with my insurance broker, the company insurance broker. They were like, because it's how you start off every light conversation phone call, isn't it? Oh, what, how are you finding things at the moment? Is work okay? Like, yeah, it is. Here's what's happening.